I'm thinking what really got me interested in what is it baking. I guess it had to start when I was quite young with raising my children. You know, you can't afford to buy Christmas gifts, so it's the baking cookies is what our whole family always loved, Aunty Ana's cookies. But I used to go to the health food store that we only have one here in the islands, that was Vim and Vigor, and getting stuff to do my own yogurt. Had a yogurt starter, doing that kind of stuff. Of course, you know, the kids didn't know what I had, and getting carob chips. I mean, all the nieces like Cav and Sean, they remember carob chip cookies when they came over, and today they all don't like it because, you know, everybody else makes the real deal, right? The good chocolate chips, which is nice too. And then the pies, and that I think was the pies, and the cakes, not too much back then, but you know, just trying to stay afloat with, I guess, everything that is so expensive. And then of course when Chrissy and Bucky went to Sacred Hearts Convent, I got involved helping the nuns there. It was bicentennial year that time when they were going there. They needed a bicentennial mother, so I taught cooking and baking there. They wanted more healthy kind of food, so I made hamburgers, but with oatmeal in it, wheat germ in it, even put tofu in the mix. So, you know, the girls didn't know that they were eating healthy, but they had. And the nuns had a fundraiser. They had little fairs and stuff. I ran the bakery for them. Did, I don't know how many gallons of cookies, like 100 gallons of cookies. And while I was doing that, I thought, you know, I need to go to school to get some kind of, you know, credentials. So I did. And I went to it was HCC. And that's where I did my 2-year commercial baking school. And I graduated with a 4.0. Of course, I didn't take the hardest English or the hardest. I did whatever I needed, and I also took weightlifting training.
Oh, so that's where the muscles are from.
Yeah, well you need on now.
You need them to lift those sheets
yes,
and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, well, not the sheets. Before I started in the bakery, they told me you got to be able to carry 50 pounds of the bag of flour and sugar. And so when I did that in the bake shop at Halekulani, they're all looking at me like, right, you're going to be able to carry this. You know, when they were going over my paperwork and stuff, and I just picked it up, put it right on my shoulder, and you know, they didn't even want women in there, and I was one of the first women in the bake shop. They had a few others, but they came and went, you know. Jan, I think was Kawasaki, she went to Europe and she studied. You know the Napples?
Yeah.
At Zippy's? That's Jan. She was working with us at Halekulani. So I've got all these friends. Paul Krugel was from Germany. You know him. He's my buddy. Mike Bosley. So many others that we had in there that are top-notch. I remember because we had the tours of Japanese or anybody that was in the house at Halekulani. They had a tour of the bakery. So when I'm doing all the trimmings, cutting it off, the guests were in, and that was their sample. You know, we have the wedding parties, you have everything, and then you have how many orders come in at one time, and you're jamming, and you're doing it. But it was wonderful. It was such a nice thing to be able, if the cooks would mess up an order, the pastry chef had to make sure that they got the best dessert. That's how you grab somebody, is you can have something that looks good, but the first thing is it's got to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, your quality is not there, it's not made with the best ingredients, it's not going to happen. There was my son Henry when he was a baby. I put him right on my kitchen table. He was covered with flour all the time. And out of the 3 kids, Bucky didn't care to cook, Chrissy didn't care to cook, but Henry was always in the kitchen with me. He was my baby. So making 40 pie crusts for family and friends.
Yeah.
I don't know how many gallons of cookies for them. That was a plus. Auntie Bucky was one that, hi, goodbye, I'm out. But she cooks now. They all cook now, you know. They liked what I made. Sean and Kevin, they enjoyed what I made, you know, but they weren't there for the whole production and making the stuff, you know. And when we had family functions and everything, I tried to bake and make pies, make cakes, whatever I needed. I start my day off, I walk in and, you know, everybody's jamming, we're doing what we need to do. And I would yell out, "Aloha!" And I went up to everybody with a hug and a kiss because, you know, we don't have enough hugs and kisses, and we need them in anything and everything that we do. It's so important to do that. So, and the smiles always, you know, even when we're, no matter where in life, you know, like my mom, Grand Aunty Ana, was in the nursing home. The hugs and kisses to the other residents there, you know, that doesn't have family coming in, you stop. And I even did baking for the nursing home. My children, they got involved in that and making gingerbread houses at Christmas time. And we took it to the children's hospital at Kapilani. There was one Christmas, I made 16 with my grandkids, 16 gingerbread houses. Auntie Gretchen, when she came from Samoa, just happened, she was lucky. My other sister, she came and she hand-carried a gingerbread house back to Samoa.
Holy
and
cow.
I used to send cookies to our families all in Samoa at one time. And Auntie Vaughn always said, Christmas is not the same unless we get a can of cookies. So I think that wraps it up. What do you think? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay. I'm Anna Reed, retired pastry chef, not chef. I was just a little peon from Halekulani. I'm been retired and I loved what I did. So here I am. Aloha and God bless all of you. Thank you.